Welcome to our lesson on vehicle controls with Archer's Blue Car Driving School. The controls shown on this video are from our training vehicles. When driving a car you're unfamiliar with, always take the time to learn the controls before driving. First, we will talk about the windows and mirror control located on the driver's side armrest. Here we have the side mirror adjuster. To adjust the mirror, move the selector switch to the mirror that you want to adjust and use the arrows to move the mirror. Located just below, we have the door lock switch and the window lock switch. Lastly, we have the window controls. The driver can control all four windows. Located on the left side of the steering column, we have the signaling and light control lever. To signal right, flick the lever up, and to signal left, flick the lever down. To cancel the signal, just return the signal lever into the middle position. At the end of the lever, there is a knob that controls your headlights. In the off position, your daytime running lights will be on. If we turn the knob to the first position, the parking lights will now be on. Notice also that the headlight icon is also on. Turning the knob once more will turn our headlights on. The default position is the low beam position. To activate the high beam, you push the lever forward and your high beams will be activated. If you wish to flash your high beams, you can pull the lever towards you multiple times. Just a note on using your headlights and high beams. Daytime running lights do not provide much illumination and must be turned on 1 hour after sunset up to 1 hour before dawn. As well, any time where visibility is less than 150 meters ahead. If using your high beam, you must dim your headlights if you are following a vehicle within 150 meters or if you are within 300 meters of an approaching vehicle. Okay, so let's talk about the wipers. Pulling the lever towards you will let you spray your windshield so that you can clean it, while pushing away from you will let you clean the rear window with a spray as well. The wiper lever has many positions. If you lift up and hold, the wiper will be manually operated and will wipe as long as you hold it up. Pushing down the lever when click will put you in the intermittent position, so the wiper will wipe, pause, and wipe again. Also, you can control the speed of the intermittent position. If you push down one more, then you will be into continuous but slow speed, and all the way down is continuous but fast. To turn off the wipers, put it back into the neutral position. To operate the rear wiper, turn the knob at the end of the lever to either the intermittent or at the on position for continuous use of the wiper. To turn off, put back into the off position. In a newer car, you might find lots of controls on the steering wheel. On the right side, you will find cruise control and odometer display controls. By pushing down the center of the wheel, you will activate the horn, which should only be used as a warning device. And on the left side, we have the audio and Bluetooth controls. Behind the wheel, we got the instrument panel, which will relay lots of important information as you are operating the vehicle. Examples of information that you might get is the current speed of the vehicle, your engine temperature, remaining fuel, any warning lights that might affect your vehicle, and a reminder that some systems are in use, such as your signals or headlights. On the right side of the instrument panels, we have the tachometer, which indicates how many 1,000 revolutions per minute our engine is currently operating at. In the center, we have the speedometer. The big numbers tells us how fast we're going in kilometers per hour, and the smaller numbers in miles per hour. Here we have the odometer display. The large number on the bottom represents the lifetime kilometers of the vehicle, while the top smaller number represents the trip odometer that can be resetted by using the odometer reset button located on the steering wheel. And lastly, on the right side of the instrument panel, we have the engine temperature gauge and the fuel gauge. Gauges and lights on the instrument panel are color-coded. Anything red is bad. If you have anything red, it will either affect the integrity of the car or the safety of your passengers. So you must take some immediate actions to either rectify the problems or to prevent the problem from getting worse. Here are some examples. If you see the park brake light on while driving, disengage the park brake immediately. If the battery light comes on, you will soon be losing electrical power to your vehicle. This will include your headlights, signal lights, and your fuel pump. You should try and find somewhere safe for you to park your vehicle and call for assistance as required. If your headlights and signal lights stop working, remember that you must use hand signals just like you would on a bicycle to indicate when turning and slowing down or stopping. Low engine oil pressure light. If this light comes on while you are driving, immediately park the vehicle somewhere safe and turn off the engine. Driving any further than you have to with the engine oil light on might result in a catastrophic engine failure. A yellow light is a warning light that may indicate an issue with the vehicle. When a yellow light is on, the car is still considered safe to drive, and the safety of the driver and passengers will not be affected. The check engine light means that there is an issue with the vehicle's fuel and emission system. While there are many things that might trigger your check engine light, the top three are that your gas cap is either loose or damaged, that the sensors might not be picking up any emissions, or your spark plugs and wires might need to be replaced. As long as the vehicle performance or the fuel efficiency is not affected, there is no urgent need to get the car looked at. If the car is feeling sluggish as you're driving, or at any time if the check engine light starts blinking, you must get your car looked at as soon as possible. Two other warning lights you might encounter are your low washer fluid and low fuel lights. While neither will affect the safety of the driver or passengers, it is important to get these issues resolved soon. If you run out of windshield washer fluid, you will lose the ability to clean your windshield. When the low fuel light indicator comes on, it means that you have between 50 to 150 kilometers of fuel depending on the vehicle. On this vehicle, you have approximately 50 kilometers of driving left before you run out. To illustrate the difference between red and yellow lights, let's look at the door and trunk ajar or open lights. The door ajar indicator is a red light because if the door flies open while the vehicle is traveling, it may cause a collision or passengers might fall out of the car. While with the yellow hatchback door being open, it is unlikely that the hatchback will hit another vehicle and that passengers will fall out from the back of the vehicle. Green lights are good lights. They're just there to remind us that we are using certain systems such as headlights, signal lights, and eco drive. The only blue light on the instrument panels is to indicate that the high beams are in use. On the right side of the steering column, we have the ignition switch. When we insert the key and turn the key when clicked forward, we are now in the ACCE position, which stands for Accessories. In this position, power to your audio and Bluetooth system will be turned on, and also any other equipment that you might have plugged in, such as GPS, dashboard cameras, and or cell phones. The next click forward is the on position. In the on position, all vehicle electrical system will now be turned on. You want to avoid staying longer than necessary in the on position, as staying in the on position will drain your battery power faster and you may not have enough power to start the vehicle. The last position on the ignition switch is the start position. To start the car, turn the key forward until you feel and hear the engine start and release the key. After releasing the key will go back into the on position. Immediately after starting the car, it is always a good habit to look at the instrument panel in case warning lights come up. To shut down the car, turn the key towards the accessory position, push and twist towards the lock position and pull the keys out. On the center console, you will typically find your hazard light switch, your audio system, and your vehicle temperature controls. The hazard lights, also known as four-ways, are activated by pressing down on the button with the double triangle icon on it. When activated, the signal lights at all four corners of the vehicle will start blinking together. The purpose of the hazard lights is to make the car more visible and should only be used in case of emergencies or distress, such as when the vehicle cannot keep up with traffic for mechanical reason, for example, a blown tire, if the vehicle has a mechanical breakdown or stalls while on the road, if parked on the shoulder or emergency lane on the highway, if you get stuck on or off the road, and any other times when stopped somewhere unexpected. Below the hazard switch, we have the audio system, which also contains the Bluetooth access menu. At the bottom of the center console, we have the climate controls, which includes heated seats. The right circle is the blower motor speed control and recirculate button. In the center, we have the airflow vent and defog selector. Putting the selector into a defog position will prevent your windows from fogging up in cold or humid weather. The middle button is the rear window defroster. When turned on, it will melt the ice and snow off your back window. And on the far left, we have the temperature selector and air conditioning on button. In between the driver's and passenger seat, we have the gear shifter. The gears are park, reverse, neutral, and drive. To switch gear, apply the brake pedal, push the silver button, and select the desired gear. In this case, the drive gear. If you're required to shift gear, for example from drive to either reverse or park, always make sure that the car comes to a complete stop before switching gears. The only exception to having to come to a complete stop before switching gears is if you are going from either drive or reverse to neutral. In this case, all you have to do is push the shifter lever forward without pushing the brake or silver button. You should only do this in case of emergencies where you need to cut off the power of your engine to the wheels, such as loss of brake or losing control of the vehicle. To move the shifter back to the park position, push on the silver button and apply the brake pedal. The park brake, also known sometimes as the emergency brake, is a backup braking system that is independent from the brake pedal and transmission that should always be used when the vehicle is parked. To engage the park brake, simply grab the lever and pull up and you should hear it lock in place. To disengage the park brake, push on the silver button, lift up slightly and push all the way down. While all cars have a park brake, not all park brakes are the same. Some are a pedal that you push on and off to activate. Some are a lever that you pull out of the dashboard to activate. And on newer or fancier cars, the park brake is a button that you push and may also have an auto hold feature. And lastly, for foot controls, we have the brake pedal that is to the left and the accelerator pedal on the right. To operate the pedal, plant your heel in between the accelerator and brake pedal and pivot on your heel using the ball of your foot to accelerate or brake as required. So the big thing to remember out of this video is to always remember to take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with a vehicle's controls before you start driving. Thanks for watching. To contact us, you may reach us through our website at archersbluecar.ca, by email at office@archersbluecar.ca, or by phone at 587-990-2583. That is 587-990-2583. Thanks again.